I had relations with a pig. That's called porking.
Ugh, that's tasteless.
No, ma'am, that's tasteless adjacent.
I wanna fuck the dad.
And with that,
he's such
hello
a great
everybody.
guy.
Episode 15, Tasteless Adjacent. I'm Jay Chowder.
Hey.
Slopdog. Yes. Coming into today talking about last week where when I think I'll put the word fucking in for some reason. Like I was going down the road and fucking a car came through and what the fuck, you know? And so like my brain has a brain fog. I say fucking till last week. If anybody listens to this podcast, please go back and listen. If you haven't already, because I was talking about it one of our friends' dads, and it sounded like I said I want to fuck his fuck the dad. And then the end of last week's episode 14, it's got the dirty hombre as a picture or whatever, but like fucking Bone put together the clip of just me saying I want to fuck the dad, and then everything else, stiffy pants and everything. It's just a montage at the end of me just wanting to fuck the dad. And it was the best. I've listened to that alone multiple times. Just laughing. Like, I didn't pick me up. Okay, there we go.
It's just when you were saying some of the things on the podcast last week, and I was just like, does he not hear what he's fucking saying?
That's one thing my wife tells me all the time. She's like, "You're fucking no." I go. I think I don't under. I do multiple things. Like I'll start something in the middle of a sentence. Like in my head, I've already had half of a sentence. So when I talk, people are like, what are you talking about? Like you're just randomly talking about something like in the middle of something. I need details. I need description. I'm like, oh fuck. So I'll do that, and then I'll also the way I word my words. I don't know. In my head, they make sense, but in the world, they don't. So maybe that's my problem in the world. Maybe it isn't the world. Maybe I'm the problem. People get turned off by my wording, and I'm like, that fucking asshole. And then if you play it back in real life, you go, no, you said this, so they assume this because of what you said, you fucking idiot.
You said you wanted to fuck his dad.
And I was like, I did it. Like, yeah, if you listen to the word back, so now that guy thinks he wants to fuck his dad, he has to defend his honor. That's why you go punch in the face. And or strangle him, like I said.
He used to hug you with his stiffy pants?
No. He came down one morning for Christmas, and our friend says he gave him a hug, and he's like, yeah, with stiffy pants on, because I guess his dad was wearing sweatpants Christmas morning, hugged his son because he loved him, but apparently had a sweatpant boner, and yeah. Fucking gave him a little pokey poke in the leg. I don't know where he poked him. And not on purpose. I don't, he's not a diddler. He just had a fucking boner, And
Wait, didn't you write a song about him being a diddler?
No, we were in, me and that kid were in one of the first reincarnations of Horse Chicken.
He really
we were trying to write a song.
He really isn't. It was just funny because you did write a song.
Well, we were joking around. We were in keyboarding class, which I never did any work in. I never paid attention. I was like, whatever. To this day, I just hunt and peck with two fingers. I never learned how to do hands on the keyboard and type. I can't type like that. So, but my friend did, and he typed great. And then I remember being he did a paper, and I just took his paper. I put my name on it, and he's like, the teacher was cool though, but I mean, he should have got me in trouble. But he was like, I think this is Jack. This is your friend's paper, and I was like. No. And he's like, and I was like, maybe. And he's just like, whatever. And I was like, I got to redo it. He's like, you're fine, go. And I'm like, yeah. Jackpot. This guy doesn't give a fuck about learning. And,
remember the morning announcements in school? I remember one morning they said, please, what was it? Please, whoever stole the case of rubber cement from the art room, please return it. And he walked up and put the paper on between me and my friend and goes, return it, boys. What am I stupid glue?
Fuck you, dude. You cunt. And, Always nice to me. Nice.
Yeah, because he
There
thought
it
you
is.
had to deal with a fucking drug addict brother sniffing glue.
Coming
He's like, I
coming here
feel
all
bad.
high.
I feel bad for him. He
Yeah.
has trouble at home. Oh,
Brother's probably fucking him for glue or something. Yeah.
his brother's probably gluing his dick to the wall.
Peel it off, pussy. And I remember there was an accounting class I took with this one lady. She had she's like a chipmunk. God bless her, but she was kind of a cunt. And she was, teach accounting. And I was like, okay, I guess we're kind of learners in school. And then but I didn't really need the credits. I already had my credits, so I just fucked off during her class. And she didn't like it, and she'd be like, you got to fail. And I go, yeah, I don't need the credits. I'm just here. And she's like, and so she was mad. And anytime she'd give assignments out, she'd go, no, you're not going to do it. Here you go. And I go, thank you. And then I would just like sort the garbage or something. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. And then I'm like, I don't need the credits. I'm doing nothing in this class. I go, I'd like a study hall, but they didn't give me one. So unfortunately, like, I didn't mean it rudely, but she was like, why are you here? Why are you taking a cut? I go, I wanted a study hall, but they wouldn't give me one, so I have to be here, unfortunately.
No offense, but your class is garbage. I'm not going to do
Your class
anything.
is pointless to me, bitch. And I probably should have paid a little attention. Probably was helpful. But so then I had her, and then I did have my other, like at the end of our day, if you had a study hall at the end of the day, you could go home. So I remember during the year it would fluctuate between if I had her class, and then eventually out of her class, I got study hall. So it was like, woohoo! And I got study hall, but I couldn't get study hall for another class. It was like a IT class or something. And he couldn't get me a study hall or something. So I would, during his class, I remember there was like a TV and a VCR like in a closet in between his room and the girl who had accounting. And I would just bring in like a VHS tape. I'm like, hey, can I just watch movies in here? Because I don't need this class. And I can't get a study hall. And he's like, yeah, I don't care. So I would go in there. I'd be in the Lost Boys. And like I'd sit for attendance. You're here? Yep. And I'd grab my VHS tape and I would just go into the closet and just watch Lost Boys for like 45 minutes.
In the
And then
closet?
when the bell rang, I'd take out my movie and go to. If I had another class, awesome. If I had study hall, I'd go home. And if, and one day she came in the room and I was watching like a movie and she's like, what the hell are you doing in here? And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's fine. I'm watching the movie. And she's like, I'm going to check on this. And she checked on it and she came back through. I'm like, everything cool? She's like, yeah, you're fine. And then just let me sit in the closet and watch a movie.
Good thing you weren't watching porn in there.
Yeah.
Same thing. I totally thought you were going to say you would bring a porn to watch.
Little family heat rubbing one out.
Just wipe it up with fucking test papers.
She walks in, some old lady freaking with a white bush and legs up in the air, showing a V for victory, is yelling, who's the boss here? Who's the boss? You're like,
Maybe I could have fucked her.
You're just jerking up. You're the boss, bitch. You're the boss.
Dude, maybe I could have fucked her, filled those chipmunk cheeks up with cum. Be like, let's make use of those babies. Let's do this, and hold her nose and shit. Yeah, take it, bitch. And yeah, whatever. Anyway, how was you guys been? How's everybody been?
Pretty good. I've been sick. I had a sore throat for like 3 or 4 days and a little bit of a headache. And just this is like my 4th fucking cold since January.
Jesus.
Well, since the beginning of the year.
I have AIDS.
I might have AIDS. Yes.
Did you use the bathroom at Walmart? Did it splash up on you?
Yeah. I'm so sorry you feel sick, but
hit my butthole and sizzled.
Oh, no, I don't like that. Oh boy, I want to. It's never gonna happen, but I just want to lose like a shit amount of weight. And I think I've told you guys this before, but I don't know if I ever said it in here. But I just want to lose so much weight, so when people see me, they go, "Holy shit, you lost weight!" I just want to go full blown AIDS. That's what I want to tell them. And I just want them to be like, "What?" I said that to a lady when I worked at another professional place, but a different place than I work now. And she was like, "Oh, that's not funny." And I was like, "I think it's hilarious." And
I read a story once where it was the future and we had a cure for AIDS, So people would use it as a diet. They would have the doctor inject them with like full-blown AIDS, and they would get sick and lose a lot of weight, and then they'd get the cure and get better.
That's a good idea. Magic Johnson, he's got the cure for AIDS, right? He's been like AIDS-ridden for years.
Yeah, there's no like if you're rich, there has been a cure for AIDS. Because Magic Johnson has had full-blown AIDS since I was like in 4th grade. So
Yeah.
that guy's
Just
fucking.
infested with-
That guy's fucking looks like he's 23 still.
He looks better than me.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus, my dog. I may get taken away from him. Who knows? Fucking dogs are getting crazy in there. Oh, boy. I'm going to fucking hear some hot ruckus coming my way soon. And,
just tell him to put their finger in his ass.
I'm just going to drive away. Hear nothing? And I went the road.
How was
your
your
work? What?
You go first.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, at your works, they're not like too crazy, but you know how, like, especially if they're corporate, they always have, like, those like donation boxes, and every week it's like a different fake charity that they're supposedly. They feel like those donation boxes, like it's like they change. And I remember there was one like for domestic violence, and I felt so bad. Like I was angry because I couldn't like really joke with anybody because no one would laugh. But there was like shampoo in there and stuff like that. And I thought, what are you trying to tell this bitch? Like she's a smelly bitch because she's getting beaten up. And then I wanted to tell people, shouldn't there be like boxing gloves in there, like a zipper for her mouth?
Yikes.
Oh.
I didn't think anybody would laugh at work. I thought no one laughed on here. And,
No.
you guys didn't laugh.
Yikes! That's terrible.
Just put boxing gloves in there and a zipper. Stuff for your mouth.
You're gonna get beat up, I feel like.
My son stopped in his hair.
He has
are
a
too
joke
big.
about it. He has a joke about it because his wife beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, that's the only way to get back. I always thought, I don't know, stuff like that's just like it's horrible. I don't know, it's horrible, but you know, I mean, I don't really want someone to get beat up, but I mean, in life, I don't agree with domestic violence. Let that be said, right? Like I like to joke because it's so wrong to say, as we always say on here. It's just funny to be funny. Nothing's to be bad. With that being said, I don't agree with domestic violence. I do know a couple ladies who are a couple candidates where I might look the other way if I see it happen.
I feel like Chowder's process is he says a joke, it goes over the line, he backs up to make sure the person's okay. He goes, "Oh, they might be okay," and then he goes forward to get over the person's head.
He just jumps way fast.
They can stay tuned driving over Miss Daisy.
I actually, you know what I was thinking about the other day? Well, I was thinking about today because have you guys seen the Netflix show? Is It Cake?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I've watched it. Yep.
It's a good show. I didn't watch
Like
it till
you did.
today, but it's a good day. I think we marathoned it. I didn't feel well. And there's a part in it that says cash or cake, and they have to decide, is this cash or cake? And then they win the pool of money, $10,000, $15,000, whatever the hell it is, if they decide this one's the cake and they pick the right one. I thought about for the Tasteless Adjacent or the Pee When You Poo network, there was a game show called Cake or Cock, or Cock or Cake. And it's just, these people make like these really like lifelike cake cocks, and they put them through glory holes, and the people have to suck them. Cake or
Is that-
cock.
Is that vanilla icing or straight up cum?
It's like we do white cocks, black cocks, Puerto Rican cocks, Asian cocks, but Martian cocks, dog cocks, boar cocks, bear cocks.
Are you're they're saying it like Cheech from Dusk Till Dawn in the beginning of the movie?
Or you could do a variation of it, or go cash or cornhole, and there's just buttholes, and like cake. People have to make like cake buttholes behind the glory holes, and then some of them are real people, and you have to just you either find the cake or the cornhole.
Oh my god! And the cornhole's like your sister. Like you remember you said that pod. I think it's like a relative of yours that has to be a relative.
Like, how much medication have you taken today because you don't feel good?
I'm just watching a cake show, and I'm like, what if this was
An
cack?
asshole?
What if this was cack or cake?
Jesus Christ.
What if your butthole is
I mean, cack. No, you have to suck it, and either you get a mouthful of cake or cock.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
I don't know. Either way, I'm happy. And,
Bellissimo.
in places like Asia, they have like they like butts. And then
yeah.
I saw this thing online where it was all these butts, but it was like rubber butts. And these guys they would pay so much money, and then they could like rub their face on the butt and like smell it. I don't know. I was like, what the hell is?
Oh my.
Right? It was one of those things that I was just scrolling. I wasn't like looking at anything.
Don't look at her search history.
Right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Like I really had it. I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, and then I thought it was funny, and then I was laughing, and I showed my husband, and he was like, oh my god.
What are you what?
Right?
Are you a freak? Yeah.
What are you watching? I'm like, no, look though. Like, and then like scroll down, and it's like recipes and stuff. I'm like, how the fuck is this in here? Oh man. Anyway.
When I was dating my wife, I was fucking like
Good transition.
watching porn. No, I was watching porn, and then for some reason like a chick with a dick came on the porn, and I was like, oh my god. And so I took it off, but I tried to erase everything. But it looks like I'm looking at chicks with dick porn, and for somehow my wife found it, and I came home from work, and on my screen on repeat was a clip. It was the girl, chick with a dick. So like she's kind of like, hey, look what I found on your computer, you fucking sick fuck. And she's like, anything you want to tell me? She's like, are we still dating? Like, and I'm like, yes. I'm like, no, this like it came across the screen, and I go, I seen it for a second because I was like, oh my goodness, but then I was like,
she's like, did it come across the screen, or did you come across the screen?
What's up, baby? My son asking me about Nintendo stuff. They always do. Like, I'm at work, and they're just like, I'm like, pretend I'm not here, I'm at work. And they're like, okay. And then they come out, hey, there's this thing in the Nintendo shop. And I'm like, that's not an emergency. Jeez.
So, there was a dog.
Guys, sorry.
Oh, no, go Slopdog. I'll go after you.
No, I was going to say, just like, you feel like they're already trying to fire you, and then it's like you're answering questions about Nintendo or whatever, and you're like, no.
Right. No, that's wrong.
So, I had a dog dick in the news. It was this guy's from Canada. He got arrested because he pretended to be a girl online to these two different guys, and then lured him to his house and made a makeshift glory hole through a sheet he hung up between a room. And he would suck their dicks and he wore a wig and was sucking their dicks through a fucking blanket, through a sheet, until one guy like pulled the sheet down, and he was like laying there on the ground cowering with a wig on.
Oh my god! Who's the dog dick in the news? Him or them?
I don't know.
All of them.
I was like, come to my house and I'll suck your dick through a sheet, but you can't look at my face. Like, what?
I think they're at fault more than he is. Like,
it was like this Jerry Springer I saw once, where this guy, this girl came out, and they're like, let's call her Terry, and Jerry was like, okay, Terry, you have something to tell Roger today, and Roger wasn't out on the thing yet, and she's like, sure do, Jerry, and it was obviously a dude. This was straight up a dude, like you could tell a dude with a wig on, and
yeah.
I want to tell my fiance that I'm a man.
Oh,
and
no.
like, I'm a little confused. Well, how long have you been dating? We're like, we've been dating over a year. And like, he doesn't know you're a man. Do you not have like sex? Are you like, are you more like traditional? You don't have sex? And he's like, oh, we have sex. And he's like, okay. It's like, well, I tell him that I only like anal sex, and we only have sex in the dark. But
Impossible. You hear a dick slapping?
It's impossible. There's no way that this dude didn't like reach around and touch it. You know what I mean?
You
No
feel
fucking
nuts.
way.
You
Right.
feel nuts because you're gonna try it. Especially if it's dark. what, you got a magnet dick to the asshole? Like, you're going to feel, and you'd feel nuts and then an asshole. And you'd go, well, that's not right. That pattern is correct. It's not slit. It's fucking mound slit.
Like,
But like even like up top, there'd be no like boobies. Like
yeah,
Right.
you know,
he might.
like,
He maybe he had maybe he got boobs put in. That's possible.
okay.
Or I don't really remember, but he didn't say anything about it, but it didn't come up because
Right.
they were just focused really on his dick that was there. And and he's like, yeah, it's like he's like I just tell him that I like it in the ass and only in the dark. It's like
Oh.
that is a red flag. I'm sorry.
Well, if that's what you like, 'cause like that's what the other guys just went for it.
They weren't in. That's right. They weren't engaged yet, but he tries to propose to him on the show.
Oh.
And then he's just like, and he's like this like 4'11" like little squat dude, and then he just like loses it. And he's like, ah!
Jesus.
That's so sad. And you know, like somebody whose family probably has that recorded somewhere.
Yeah. His fucking brother makes fun of him.
Remember when you fucked that guy in the ass for an entire year and you thought it was a girl? Here, let me. Happy birthday! He sends him a montage of the episode. Remember, I watched that staying home from school one day sick.
Oh, yeah.
Because back
that-
then, you just watched daytime TV. That's all you did.
Yeah, you just
Price is right.
yes, the price is right. Yep.
Watch some daytime TV and try to jerk off and beat the record.
That's correct. That is correct.
I used to watch The Rock on VHS as well.
Ooh, The Rock. Sean Connery.
It's a good movie.
Checking out the Sean Connery.
And I was like, I don't want to say it.
Old Sean Connery only.
Show me The Rock. Show me The Rock.
I'm like, I'll show you The Rock,
Here's
bitch.
The Rock. Call his mouth a pussy. And, good day, Sean. Is he dead or alive, Sean Connery?
I think
Yeah.
he's alive. Oh, no, he's dead. I thought he was alive, but maybe not.
Oh, he died. I guess he wasn't very nice to women. Like that came out like after he died. I was like, oh, that's not good. Damn it, Sean Connery.
Oh, Vince McMahon's daughter has now been charged as well, supposedly, or will
With
be
what?
charged. That
She on someone?
she covered up her father's stuff, the shit that he was doing, legitimate shit, and she was covering it up, and she knew what was going on the whole time. So they
What
should
was he?
be charged as
What
well.
was he doing?
What? Remember he was like fucking the girls with the big wrestling dildos that were named after different wrestlers.
Oh,
and, like, he was
Shitting out.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
passing her-
gross.
Yeah, he was like shitting on girls, giving them hot lunches, and
Supposedly.
supposedly, and the female wrestlers, he was like, it was like the female wrestlers, or
Yeah, supposedly it was a girl who went to the U.S. troop thing and she got raped by someone, and then supposedly Stephanie and her father covered it up. It's bad. It'll be bad press for us or something like that, right? Is that what it was? Like we can't ruin our relationship with the U.S. government or something. And then and that wrestler ended up taking her own life, but I don't know if it was due to that. I think she always had a kind of a problem after that USO tour. And but I mean that's hearsay. I mean I wasn't there, but I mean if you look back and you go billionaire, crazy, control hungry. All right, I mean boxes are checked off. One guy was like who said was involved and goes, "Well, I'm a victim too." So you go, "Oh shit." Then it might be real. If now this guy knows there's no way out, no, he's just trying to get out of the boat. You know, he's like a rat trying to run away. Go fuck yourself. You guys are scumbags, dude. Like, I hate that shit, dude. Like, get the fuck out of here. I don't know. I mean, we on here joke like savages and we say some horrible shit, right? But I'm not doing it, you know? But
mostly
someone will
Chowder.
hear, what? Fuck off. And then someone will, like, go, they're filthy. Fucking no money for them, no show, no nothing, get them canceled, everything else. I mean, you gotta get somebody to get canceled, but anyway, but you know what I mean? Like, people get canceled that shit. When the fucking people who are, all right, so if I'm nice to your face, I'm fake Hollywood, I'm fucking, schmoozing and saying all the right, oh yeah, I support this, I support that, but in the fucking, out of the public eye, I'm fucking raping and murdering, and it's like, Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Just don't say no bad words on a podcast. Don't fucking, go fuck yourself, man. Get your fucking order straight, That shit makes me mad. You can't say shit, but if you're doing it, as long as it's not, fucking get out of here. I know. That's just, it's like a, you know what I mean? Or bubbling, but I mean, rambling.
I zoned out a little bit during that ramble, but when you said get your order right, I was like, I fucking hate when they get my order wrong at like McDonald's.
You fucking asshole. Well, no, like, Shane Gillis, that comedian, he was hired by SNL, and then I looked at his podcast, and then, like, he said, like, some remarks, and then, like, he got fired before he even started, and, like, 4 years later now, he just hosted last night, and then, like, you can see, like, the end montage. I don't know. I mean, for my eyes have been known to be very judgy and see the wrong stuff. But to my eye, he was great on his stuff. He was funny. But then there were some woke motherfuckers. How at the end they hug. So he went to go shake, unless it was a joke between him and that rapper 21 Savage. He went to shake his hand, and they shake a hand and they go in for like a hug at the same time. He went to go do it, and the 21 Savage guy stopped him. Just let him shake his hand. And then he went around and kind of shook other people's hand, and people seemed they were kind of giving him the cold shoulder. And I was like, this is fucking fake Hollywood horse shit. This cast should fucking be hugging this motherfucker. I don't know. Because I don't think he's just saying shit on a podcast, and he's just, I don't know. And now he's a new, like, kind of spokesman for Bud Light. They're kind of turning it around and bringing it now to him rather than that guy with a dick. I mean, chick with a dick or whatever. God bless him. And whatever, be who you want to be. But, I mean, I don't think dudes are like, yeah, that's my beer.
Bud Light, which is like the fucking working man, like I just worked 45 hours at the factory. I'm gonna go home and grab a thing of Bud Light, beat my fucking kid, and fall asleep, pass out in the easy chair watching fucking, I don't know, MASH.
I fucking hate MASH, dude. I remember, like, anytime it would come on, as soon as that fucking music would start and that helicopter would come over the hill, I go, it's fucking MASH! Fuck you, MASH! I'll break my TV. That show fucking stinks. Anyway.
Yes, music.
Yes!
I'd be like, no!
Get the razor! MASH is on!
That and the commercial for the dogs and the angels, that one with the freaking dogs.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
They're all dying.
For 30 cents, only 30 cents a day, you can help this dog's rectal cancer.
Get the fuck out of here. And I hate to, like, throw people under the bus, but, like, I'm gonna. Like, there was, like, a thing where something happened. I forgot where it was. But then The Rock and Oprah are like, all you guys, you can donate money. Aren't they, like, billionaires or close to being billionaires?
Yeah.
And they're asking the world,
I have
fake Hollywood assholes, get the fuck out of here.
Well, it's there was that huge fire on fucking in one of the islands in Hawaii, and they both like live there or live in the vicinity, and they're like asking people to donate. I'm like, well, how much did you donate, cunts? And like the government gave them like $700 each per family to help out. $700. That's like 2 weeks worth of groceries.
Yeah. Like I think like if you're that big into the cause, you should be quiet and do it. I mean, like I said, I don't know the story. Maybe they gave a shitload of money I'm not privy to. But to me, it looks like you're just a Hollywood type. Now we're using you guys as your image, but you're not putting the money. But now you want all these working class fucks who we barely have money to get around anyway. Right. But because so and so, I might give money because that person's cool and nice. I mean, are they cool and nice? I mean, they worked hard for where they got. Not taking that away from them, but at the same time, you fake motherfuckers, man. I hate that shit. Anyway, FYI, this podcast and anything we do has to make it on its own because there's no one in Hollywood supporting this fucking shit. And no one, even if they like it, they're not losing their jobs to fucking be like, yeah, I support that podcast. Like, I'm like wondering how many people I can get to do fucking like sketches. It's not going to be a lot unless they're family and friends. There's no one's going to put their career on the line to fucking tell a cut joke, to dig in a fucking morbidly obese woman's cunt for 25 cents. There's no one in Hollywood who's going to sign on to do that script. And that's like one of the scripts I'm pitching to people who I'm like, hey, you want to do a thing? And then I'm pitching that to people. And then some people just go, whoa, what else do you have? Like, no, like everyone's like acts like they're hardcore, but when I put something hardcore on the fucking table, people are fucking moving aside. They go, "Well, that is my line."
Well,
And,
I feel like, especially with like having somebody, especially for the first time, do voices for sketches, you should give them
Yeah.
something a little easier. Like you're walking into the first on a blind date and whipping your dick on the table and be like, "Want to suck it, or do you want to wait till after dinner?"
and the problem is,
What's wrong? You don't want to suck it?
I'm buying you an appetizer.
This is the appetizer.
we got fucking mozzarella sticks coming. I'll cancel that shit right now. I mean, I'll to my waitress. I'll be like, "Don't worry about the mozzarella sticks. She ain't earned it."
Or dipping the tip like into like the marinara sauce.
Yeah. I live in a Van Dyke River. This dick smells like cheese. Give it a fucking whirl.
But then what if you did that like in the tip, like the marinara sauce, if it went in the hole in the tip?
Oh, Johnson. Yeah.
I think that would be terrible.
You know what I never
Uh,
understood is like, especially when you're younger and you're having sex for the first time or with a girl and you're younger, it's your first time or relatively first times. You're like, oh, and the girl's like, no. And they're like, oh, well, I'm just gonna put the tip in. And they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, what? Where, what does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just the
then
tip.
you trick them. You trick them.
The tip is the biggest part.
That's right. You're like, you might as well take the rest. I mean, we're already here. All right.
That soaking
Is this
thing,
rape?
weird.
I don't know.
Have you guys heard of that? Like that.
What?
Amish people do something called soaking, which like they just put it in, okay, and then they don't go back and forth. They just leave it in there, and it's called soaking because it's like, but it's not considered like bad because you're not like going back and forth. Isn't that gross? I don't know. I was like, oh. My husband read it online and he was like, oh, he's like, read this. And I was like, what? And then I read it, I was like, no. And then every so often he's like, oh, soaking. And I'll be like, oh, God.
Hey, you want to soak later?
I was like, oh.
Wonder what her search history is like.
Oh my!
You'd be like, whoa.
Oh my God! So I'm like, so you got rubber asses coming up, and you got soaking. What the fuck? So I'm like, everyone thought you were the most normal out of all of us. You're the fucking worst.
They don't know anything.
I remember what our uncle said about us when we were kids. He was predicting our future.
Oh
Nice
God,
guy.
I don't remember.
I think
I
he
do.
said, I do. He said that Chowder was going to be a used car salesman.
Yeah.
I was going to be in prison. Slopdog, you were going to be a nun, and our other cousin was going to be a scientist or something.
Something great, something good with gadgets or whatever. He was like the chosen one, like to be the best. And I'm like, I remember.
Like, why am I going to prison?
Yeah, you got it the worst. I thought I would get the worst because I always got like hit and shit. Like, oh man, like.
You were in trouble the most, yeah.
I think I really rubbed people the wrong way because remember there was that guy who was like, he wanted to pay you $100 for you, Slopdog, to kick my ass. Like I angered this grown man so much, he really wanted me to have hurt in my body that he couldn't do because he go to jail. Yeah, and he just wanted me to get my ass kicked. Hated me, and like it follows me throughout my life because my wife will juggle with that too. Because I tell her, I go, I've been strangled by multiple people throughout my life. And she's like, I've never been strangled in my life ever. And I've had multiple people like want me to. We've talked about this before, but it's coming up again where people have been so mad at me in my life that they're like, I want you to die, but I want you to die by my hands, and I want to see your life drain from your eyes. That's how mad I've made people in my life. Like that multiple people have tried to strangle me. And
yep, that's a true story.
And my wife is like sometimes I'll do something and she's like, I can see why people want to strangle you, but she's just like, Jesus Christ.
you just got a way about you.
Yeah, I know. What are we gonna do?
I wanted to fucking pound your face in every single time you said, "What's the matter, pussy? Want me to eat your pussy for you?" That's why I started calling you pork face.
I'll take it.
Funny.
I am
It's
fucking
funny now.
Yeah. Anyway, I just got porked in the face. I was getting the cum out. And,
Is
But
it cake or cum?
both. They're the old bassin out and switcheroo on me. They're like, "Tricked you, bitch! It's got both." Oh man.
I was watching. I ran across the clip of Wheel of Fish the other day, and I just laughed so fucking hard.
You at UHF?
Oh, no, I didn't watch UHF. I just ran across the clip of Wheel of Fish, and it was just so fucking funny.
We watched it not that long ago, actually, like probably like last year, like randomly. And I was like, "Have you watched this?" And he's like, "I kind of, but I don't think I really watched it before." And I was like, "Oh!" And it was like free on one app. I don't remember what app, but anyway, so we watched it, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, there's a part where like he's talking to his girlfriend, and like the shoulder pads, like her dress is like huge, and I was like, "Look at those goddamn shoulder pads!"
Anytime. Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, it was like, but it was the time, you know what I mean? And then I was just laughing about, you know, like all the stupid stuff in it that made us laugh as kids. And I was like, this is ridiculous. But you know, like I don't know, I don't know. I love Weird Al. Like he's just,
Yeah.
he's
It's
just funny
so
and
funny.
goofy. Like, did you see the movie with him with the guy, you know, the Harry Potter
Oh, I
guy?
did.
Yeah. It's
That was
super
good.
Yep.
Yep, that was good. They have there's a documentary on there now too. It's on either Hulu or Netflix that I want to watch. It's just about him, like, so I want to watch that. But anyway, sorry.
He's a fucking dude. The best. He came like to the Woodstock Fair once, and it was like $10 to go, and I didn't go. A buddy of mine went and loved it. And I was like, I can't believe I just didn't go. I was young. I didn't have a lot of money, and I was like, I don't know if I want to go. And I should have went because fucking it would have been $10 to see Weird Al. Get the fuck out of here. And
You missed it.
But,
That would be awesome.
oh, it would have been great. Fucking $10 to see Weird Al. Get the fuck out of here. And it was just at a fair too, so it was just like it was like sharing one of his like.
For
he was-
15,
he was so-
you could have sucked his dick through a sheet.
Oh man, I loved it. Oh man, white stuff in the middle of an Oreo. That was dick. And anytime I hear the word spatula, I think of Spatula City.
Spatula City.
Spatula.
We sell spatulas. And that's awesome.
Anytime. And throughout my life, I've seen that movie. Yeah. They will go, "Hey, would you run? I would be like, you run the house, get me a spatula." And I was like, Spatula City. And I'm just rambling. She's like, "What's your?" And she's like, every time we went spatula. I'm like, "Yep." And
And I
that's
was
why
circling back around to her wanting to strangle you.
there it is.
You know what one sticks with me is when it's Conan the Librarian and he picks up that guy and he's like, "Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?" That just makes me laugh every time.
Oh, it's
man.
remember who wants to drink from the fire hose? You bad fucker. That kid's dead.
Oh, it's so good.
UHF highly recommend free on what YouTube you said?
It's on. I don't know. If you just look it up, it'll tell you which one it's on.
You know what? I was going through the channels and free. Go to YouTube. Free on YouTube. You can watch Billie Jean if you're everybody. And I,
Whoa.
I remember as a
Billie
kid.
Jean.
I bought it. It's on my Voodoo.
I don't like it at all. It gives me the creeps. But when I was a kid,
That's a great
Mom
movie.
made, like she cut down a pair of her pants into shorts for me, so I would wear Mom's old pants, but they were like shorts. And then Slopdog started calling me Billie Jean. And she's like, "What's up, Billie Jean?" And I wear them just around the house. They're comfortable, like to wear for bed or something like that. But she called me Billie Jean. And so anytime I see that movie, I think of Slopdog fucking rocket. It'll fucking give me the rag and just be like, "You fucking idiot, you Billie Jean." Mom wearing pants, fucking queer. And she didn't use those words. And but she thought it. And but But like we were out, I was looking for a bag for like new backpack. And I was looking for something to carry around my stuff, and there was this bag that was homemade, but it was made out of jean material. I was like, "Oh, jeans are very strong." But Nay's like, my wife's like, "That's a fucking purse, dude," and she's like, "No, I won't. I can't let you buy that." Like, she's like, "You're not seeing what I'm seeing," and I was like, "Oh my god." I go, my cousin would love this story. To fucking get Billie Jean again. With the fucking jean bag with my.
You can't stay away from it. You know who you are.
You know who you are.
That's what you should be for Halloween. You should cut your hair short and dye it, and get cut off shorts.
I'm Billie Jean. Well, let me take out my laptop and my notebook and my jean thing. Billie Jean. So anyway, that's free on YouTube. If anybody's interested on YouTube. And
I purchased it.
And oh boy, sorry. And
it's a good movie. Also, like I remember there was a. Do you guys remember A Time to Kill?
Yeah.
I love court case movies, and that's a great movie. I actually just realized it was a novel. I'm actually going to read the novel. I'm sure you guys are not going to. Yeah.
I never will. Never will.
But anyway, so I remember our mom always reacts weird to shit. Like you never know how she's going to react to something. Like
right.
She'll like fart next to you. I'm like, oh, blew you a kiss. But then somebody says something of the word fart during dinner, and she's just like, oh my god, I can't eat. You're disgusting.
I'm gonna throw up.
I lost my appetite. I'm gonna throw up. So she actually, she just reacts differently sometimes. So I thought this movie would be up her alley. A Time to Kill. We were watching it. I think I was 18 at the time. I lived in the basement. I came upstairs to watch a movie with mom, and it's the beginning part where the little girl gets, she ends up getting raped and like beat with cans and stuff. It's terrible. It's horrible. But it's the beginning, the whole premise of the story,
Yeah.
And it's building the villain. Right.
Yeah.
And mom's just like, just turn this off. I'm like, Mom, it's a good movie. She's like, oh, what? I guess you like watching little girls get raped. I'm just like, fuck you. I was 18. I had no comeback. I'm like, fuck you.
You should have said, bitch. You should have just punched her and said, now I know why Dad hit you, bitch.
Yikes, kid.
Yeah, but like you said, you just never know. At other times you can watch it and like, oh, this is a really good movie. Like, this is terrible. But, like, I love how, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes she gets into those kind of movies. Like, she watches, like, a lot of, like, Lifetime movies. And, like, right, I'm sure she's...
horror movies and court case movies. It seems like a movie that would be right up her alley. It just, whatever reason, it wasn't hitting her that day.
She lost her mind.
Our father. And, no. And just on a side note, Mom, if you ever listen to this, I'm fucking around, I'm joking. It is sad you got hit by her dad. To make it real. And, I'm sorry, but I gotta make a funny joke here, Mom. Come on, Mom, that's a funny joke. Come on, sign off on it.
And just punch you in the face.
She's like, oh, hey, dog dick, I hear it's funny you get punched, huh? And then knock my block off.
He keeps punching you. How funny is it now?
Dog dick.
You're going to have to let her punch your dick through a glory hole.
Oh, my God. Kid, are you visiting glory holes? You've been talking about glory holes a lot lately. Slopdog's got a Dateline, and you're fucking. She's worried about getting murdered. No. You're just thinking about sucking dick through a hole.
He's just like that. It just comes through the wall.
Ever since you pitched that movie Glory Hole,
yeah, it's a great movie.
I want to make this comedy. It sounds great. Did you ever see the Glory Hole with the elf in the shelf?
No.
And it's this elf on the shelf and his knees in a bathroom and somebody's putting a candy cane through the wall.
That's the best. It's like, what's that? dude, like, this is a good song by Steel Panther 2 called Glory Hole. But yeah, I think that movie would be good with the Glory Hole. And I was thinking of like how to start off in different scenes, and then I came up with another sketch I was writing where it's like the girl fight with the boyfriend because the movie would be the guy breaks up with the girl, and then I started to bring in your dog, how we say how you fuck the dog, and I'm like, oh, that's the sketch. Oh, I got a sketch. It's gonna be delicious. So I'm like, I'll need you to do the women part if you're down. But again, I'll send it to you, and you can let me know if you're still okay with it. And then my wife refuses to help and do any voices on sketches. She's like, nope, not gonna happen. I'm like, you're my wife. I love you. I go, hey man, if this picks up, I go, wouldn't you love it? She's like, no. And then she's like, I'm getting money anyway. It doesn't matter. And she's like, so it doesn't matter. And I'm like, well, I mean, that's true, but I mean, would you want to be part of this? We're working together. She's like, no. She's like, she like, I don't know, like. My wife will say some off-the-wall shit, too, that makes me laugh. Like, I remember one of my friends being like, oh, that's why you two are together, Because my wife will say, don't let her fool you. She says some off-the-wall shit, too. But not as much as I do. She's more normal. She can she has a normal switch on her. So, like, when she's dealing with, like, people in the world she's never met, she talks to them like a normal human being, where I just right away out the gate. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I am. Like, I'm not saying I'm always that way. Sometimes I can be shy. But if I'm in a good mood and I'm feeling good, I'll let the shit fly. And the more comfortable I get, the more bizarre and off the inappropriate it gets. And I'm just like, I have a hard time reeling it in. And I don't know. And again, I've been choked multiple times in my life. And
he's kind of shy when he first goes into the orgy, but once they shut off the lights, just holes and poles.
Yeah. I'm just going to work, baby. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna get a candy bar, like I'm fucking Bill Murray, Little Shop of Horrors, and oh man, that'd be a good sketch. This guy orgy, I think that'd be a good sketch. No, hello,
I think I need more context.
I know you walk in and it's like girls on one side, boys on the other side, and they're like, Jesus, it's like a fucking like middle school dance in here. You know what I mean? I thought this was an orgy. And everyone's kind of shy.
Mucho grande.
Ooh, what are you summoning? The dirty hombre!
Did the dirty hombre wrestle this weekend?
No. And when I came to the car, I tried doing Slopdog said I brought like a bag because I had to get water away. And I was like, oh, this is just in case. But my wife had a headache, wasn't feeling well. So the joke did not fly. Like she was just kind of like, yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I thought she would get like a reaction like, no. And but no, we went, dude. It was great. I highly recommend if anybody's ever in like Arizona. There's a federation called Arizona Wrestling Federation. They are fucking like it's like independent wrestling, and sometimes they bring in like old WWE guys. But for the most part, dude, it was like you think you'd be like it was a sold out show, dude. My wife, like we left a little early. We went to Costco. We did all this shit, and the doors were like at 6:30. First match at 7. So we kind of, and my whole family isn't into it as much as I am, but I love it. So we're just like, let's get as close to showtime as possible. My wife thinks we're like us. She's like, 10 people will be there max, is what she's thinking in her head. We go there. This place is sold out. Cars up and down the road. And Nay's like, and she's like, even when I got there, she's like, I thought, well, there has to be a party going on. Or something. There's no way this is for the fucking independent wrestling federation, And she gets there, she's like, "Oh my god, yeah, sports!" And if you counted this one, but dude, it was like sold out. It was like we were like standing for a little bit of time because it was like there was no seats, and eventually, at least my wife and my kids got to sit down, and but it was sold out. And you would think like independent is gonna be a little sloppy. No, dude, it was like on point, dude. Like Arizona Wrestling Federation. They're probably gonna hate if they ever hear this podcast because they'll be like, "You guys are filthy animals. We want nothing to do with you. This is a family-friendly show." I'm saying, well, I'm not associated with them in any way, but they are fucking. It's a good show. If you're in this area, give them a fucking look, dude. It was fucking awesome. I loved it, dude. I loved it. Yeah, no dirty hombre, but It was a good time, man. It was like I fucking was like a kid, and like my son's holding up a sign. It's like you stink, and one of the bad guys is like you stink, and my kid was excited. He's like, he told me I stunk, and then like he high fived like one of the good guys that came out. Because kids, they just want to like feel like important. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they were because they like. And then my youngest son, my oldest son, like high fived some people, and they were very excited about that. And I was like, it's fucking, it was awesome. But then after a while, they were like, is this almost done yet? Because they're not huge fans of wrestling, but like I am, of course. But I'll go back. They'll probably go back too. And then there's a guy who's the main guy. His name is Chubby Depp. And these two little girls were there. And my wife was there. And like all she heard was these two little girls go, oh, that's my man, Chubby. And my wife's like, what? And then this guy comes out. He's got to be like a 5X shirt wearing motherfucker, and he's like just a fat guy, and his name is Chubby Depp, and he's like the local favorite, face of this company, and like people love him, are cheering him. It was the best, dude. It was fucking highly recommend. And that's why now you want to hear. You probably want more like of a. Did you get in the ring, get your ass kicked?
I remember when we went to go see wrestling at the Speedway when we were kids, and Abdul the Butcher was there. I thought that was really cool. And I remember people were yelling like things at these people, and I was just like, I didn't know what to say because I was just a kid. So I remember yelling, "Your mother's a fish stick."
Dude,
the guy who brought us looked at me like, "What?"
Yes, and there was a guy dressed like up as a woman, and I think one of us, either you or me, were like, "Hey, I want to say like, what? Where's your bra?" And he's like, "Say it," and we're like, "Where's your bra?" But then that's all we kept saying, "Where's your bra?" And then after a while, he's like, "All right, enough of the where's your bra shit," And but this guy was. It's funny that like this guy who my mom no longer is dating, but he gave my mom the dick, but he gave me the joy of wrestling. It was fucking great. And I'm just like,
and sometimes the dick.
He's like, you want to go to more wrestling, don't you? And we got to wrestle. And that never happened. And no, but like that's where my love of wrestling started.
Is it cake or cock?
No, it was good. Oh, but at this wrestling show, I ran into a guy who when I came home to sell the house, either when I sold the house or when I came back with the boys, this guy I sat next to on the plane, Plug P When I Poo Club, all this other shit. I noticed him. I go to my wife. I go, oh my god! When I was on the plane, I sat next to that guy. Oh, I was like, okay, and I was like, I'm gonna go say hello. And I went up to this guy, and I was like, hey, and I put my arms out like a plane. I was like, hey, did I? I sat next to you on a plane once, right? And he's just like, what? No. And like he's like, no. And I was like, oh fuck, maybe this isn't the guy. And then he was like, oh yes, you are. And then he remembered, and he shook my hand, and I forgot his name, he forgot my name, but we said hello. He's like, we still have your stuff, we still doing your podcast? I was like, yeah, check it out. And he's like, okay. And then like he was very nice and good. And dude, if you're listening, nice to see you. I don't know though. I think he's never gonna listen.
You walked up to him with your arms on like a fucking airplane, like that.
He's with his child. He's like, I just want my child to say. Yeah. I just zoom in, make a propeller noise. But no. But all I'm thinking when I'm talking to my wife now is I go, dude, I bet you he did remember me. And at first tried to say no, but then thought, my kid's here. I don't want this guy to make a scene. Oh, I remember you. And that'd be nice because he probably remembers poncho wearing, crazy hair, smelling a bit like asshole who tells him he travels the country. Here's a disgusting website I make where I make disgusting remark. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, so at first he's like, and of course he's like, in his head he's like, of course I remember you. You're a fucking maniac and I want nothing to do with you. And I'm so sad that you remembered who I am. I think I think that's probably what happened. I could be wrong. And I mean, if anything, all I know from meeting him, he was a very nice guy, very cool. But I was just like, oh man, I bet you he like thinks I'm a fucking asshole. And he's probably like, it's crazy. And he's gonna tell his wife, dude, remember Crazy Poncho Man? I told you I met on the airplane. The fucker, I seen him at the wrestling event.
And his wife's like, of course you did.
He's like, I was with our son. I didn't want him to get hurt.
He's Do you think he's following me?
You should have shook his hand and went like, "I go by the dirty hombre now."
I don't know. He's a cool guy, but I just think, and I think that because whenever I plug to someone, like it happened the other day, I plug, but I don't realize I'm who I am. And like I said, I plug and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm in." I'm like, "Let me get your sticker." And then by the time I go back, they've left. I'm like, "Hey, you've got your sticker," and then I track them down and I get the sticker. Or I go and they're like already starting to go somewhere, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, your sticker," and they take it, and I'm like, "This motherfucker didn't want to plug, didn't think I was coming back in, or be gone by the time I come back in, right?" So there's this guy, we're leaving a hotel. He asked what my tattoo on my arm says, "Moist Chicken." Once you ask the tattoo, baby, I'm plugging that shit. So I plug it. I plug People When I Poo Club. I use the weekly podcast. So I'm plugging all this shit as we go, And I'm like, good. And then as we leave, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll definitely check it out." I said the name multiple times, PWhenIPoo.club, multiple times. He's like, awesome. We shook hands. He was cool to go, And then I'm leaving, and then, but because I also say, hey, we're always looking for people to do voices. I'm trying to get, hit me up if you like it and you want to do a voice. And then one time I'll send you, a script. You can be on it and then plug whatever you're on. It's a way to promote their shit, promote my stuff. And,
my name's Roger. I work at the 7-Eleven.
Exactly. And I'll start plugging to you.
I'm saying that's what they're plugging. You're like, "Oh, you can, we'll plug you whatever you do." And he's like, "Yeah, I work at the 7-Eleven." That's all I do.
No, but like if you got a band or you want to start a skateboard company or... No, I think that's a good way. You can promote something. I don't know. I would like it. I'm like, if you want your company to be associated with filth, this is what you want, And then another guy, man, he's going to be on it. His name is Dave. He's a trucker. I met him, when I was in Iowa, and I plugged to him, and he sent me his information. So when I get new stuff, I'm going to let him know stuff and see if he's still down to do a voice. But yeah, see, just a random trucker guy. He's going to do a voice. Dave, nice guy. Anyway, but
hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
We'll see you soon, baby. And but no, so this guy in the hallway, I'm like, "All right, cool, I'm like, "Awesome, thanks." And then as we're going, I'm like, "Oh shit, give me 1 second, I'll run you back a sticker." And he just goes, No, I don't got time. My friends are gonna, I gotta ride my friends. And I was like, okay. He has to walk past my truck to go to his friend's van. So, AKA, he's never gonna listen. Just didn't want me to murder him in the hallway. And just said, "Yeah, I'll check it out." Never checked it out. I almost guarantee, And if you do check it out, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Please, hit me up with an email. And yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing bad or worse to promote it in person, because people are like, "I want nothing to do with this." Like, I did get a security guard at a pot shop to subscribe. Like, we did, like, we went back and forth, like. And this kid, he made me laugh. Like, here's the thing: he said like an off-color joke, and it made me laugh. And I was like, "That's the best." And I plugged to him like a week before, and this kid's like in his 20s, And he didn't know who the Bloodhound Gang were and all that shit. And then so then I plugged him the week before, and then he did. And I go, "Dude, you gotta check out my stuff." I go, "You'll love it. It's like right up your alley. If you have jokes like this." And then like 10 minutes later, before I was leaving, he's like, "Later, brother." He's like, I just subscribed to your channel." I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude. Well, thank you, dude." I don't want to say your name. I'll get you fired, but thank you, man, for subscribing to our YouTube channel. Appreciate it. And so yeah, see, it works out sometimes. It doesn't always work. And I didn't say the joke he said, because we don't want that going on anywhere. But it was definitely not woke. And I loved it. I was like, "That's the best." Oh man, I was like, this fucking woke world, right? I'm like an old man. This woke world, fuck you. Anyway, that's all I got. And even just pause out. And
oh shit. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've been sick all week, so I haven't done shit.
I remember being sick when you were younger. Like, when you're sick, you can't you don't have no urge to masturbate. And then when you get better, you fucking, from all the orange juice you've been drinking and stuff, and you haven't jerked off in like however long, like usually a weekish or something like that, dude, when you're like prime and ready to go, you could blow a hole through a door. You're just like, boom! That first one out the chamber after being sick is the best.
Yeah.
No?
No, I agree with you. Yeah. I bet that.
I mean, you're all sniffling. I mean, granted, if you're using spit for lubrication, if you got mucus in there, that'll definitely be slippery when wet, And so that'd be a good lubricant and a good whack. But at the same time, you're not in the mood. You're tired. You just want to sleep and whatever. But yeah, when you get fucking ready to go, hopefully some of that mucus kicks around at the end. You can use it, and you're just like, yeah, that's right.
Yep. You know what
Boom.
I miss? I miss being able to just get well. I miss being sick and be like, I'm just gonna stay home from school and sleep all day, and I'm gonna watch The Rock like 4 times, and I'm just gonna go to bed. And if I don't feel good tomorrow, I'm not gonna go to fucking school tomorrow either. I'm gonna rinse and repeat. Now I'm just like, well, I gotta go to work, so I like pop some Dayquil and just go to work, and then just rough my day out, and then get home, and I'm like cooking dinner because my wife went to work, and I'm playing with my son, and I'm just like, I just want to lay down today.
Yes.
He wanted to. He's been a little sick too, and I was a little sicker than him, and he was running around, and he wanted to put together a Halloween store in the living room, and I was just like, oh, buddy, I'm gonna take a nap quick on this chair, and you can, and then I'll grab stuff. He's like, no, grab my Halloween stuff first. I'm like, no, I'm going to bed. And I was
sick,
with him.
I
was with him, so I just put an ice pack on my head, and I sat on the chair, and I kind of passed out. And when I woke up, like I was laying like sideways around on the chairs, and I woke up, and he was like curled up on my chest with his iPad and just fell asleep snoring.
Oh, that's adorable.
He was sick too. He needed a nap too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice story.
Yeah.
But I do miss just being able to get well. You know what I mean?
I want to be selfish and just take care of me. And even if you have the day where you're able to stay home, and then you're still the day home thinking, fuck, I'm going to miss work. I'm going to have to make this up. This is going to be not done. I got to make sure this gets done when I get back. So you're thinking about that the whole time. And then your family, God bless them, even though they love you, even if they're trying to maybe give you time, they're still barging in. Hey, this is going on. This is going on. Your spouse will always be like, shit's just out of hand. Can you just help me out for 5 minutes? And you're like, yeah. And then you just like, you're helping out, but you're just like, I'm going to puke all over the place, dude. Like, I remember I rarely get sick or I'll still go to work but I got out of work and I was like then sick for like the next day or two. And, but like, I just like, I had the chills. I was cold. And I went to bed, like, I got out of work and it was like, I went to bed by 6. I got out of work at 5 and I was like, by 6 I was sleeping in bed, called the next early morning when I woke up and I was like, hey man, I'm not coming in. I'm just feeling horrible. I don't know what it was, but it was like just like kind of like a 24, 48 hour kind of a bug where it was just like chills. And even then, like I love my family, but it was just like, and now I live in an RV, so there's really no space to fucking get away. And it's just crazy. And it's just like, I don't know. Just kind of got to deal with it. With the family, it's no matter what happens, you're still on call. It's not like it's off. But they say you'll miss that. When the kids are out of the house and all that shit. But I don't know. I'm looking to see and see if it's true. And
No, I get that too. Like I'm in a.
Hey, you're the mom.
I'm mom, so I'm never not on call. Like it doesn't matter. Like I've been throwing up, and it's like, Mom, hey mom, can you help me?
Hey, the internet's not working. You're like, go fuck yourself. I'm dying here.
Oh my god. Like, but like at the same time, like it all works out. I don't know. Like, and like my daughter now is like at a good age where like, like you said, like the iPad, like we have like, she has like a tablet. Same thing. Like if I'm really sick and I'm not feeling good, if I'm all curled up in a ball, like in my bed, she'll come in and just like play on her tablet next to me, which is about as good as it's going to get. So
absolutely.
And you'll be like, listen, if I close my eyes for a little bit, and you have to set your alarm as a parent, right? And you're like, I can't just go, I'm going to obliviously go to sleep. And then no, I'm like, I know by this time I got to set an alarm for something. Yeah. Whether it's, everyone gives you no time off, next thing you got to call out of work if you're not feeling well, or you're still going to get up the day forward in case you're feeling somewhat better, you can go in, And it's just like, no matter what, you're like, I got to set my an alarm. I can't just go to bed. No. Yeah. It fucking stinks. And then they're always like, okay. And then they hit you in the face. Wake up. You're like, hey. And then they're pouting because they lost on a level. You're like, I feel like I'm fucking Mr. Orange in Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, I'm dying. And they're complaining about a level they just lost. You're like, I'm losing my life right now. Like, I mean,
my son does that too. He'll be like, Dad, they keep getting into my base because they're playing Roblox. I'm just like,
yeah.
Well, I don't know. What am I supposed to do?
Drive their house, murder them? What do you? I mean, it happens, dude. Like, and I'm trying to understand, and I tell my kids, listen, dude, I understand to you right now. It's important to you. It's like it is life or death for you. You're fucking loving it. It's fucking crazy for you. It's so important to you. I understand. When you get older, and I know some old man shit, you're gonna see that there's gonna be bigger problems in life. You know, I go, but I understand to you. You know, but I'm trying to understand because at their level, that is high to them. So I mean, it is. But I'm just trying to be like, dude. Sometimes I'll be like, if this is going to be your biggest problem, I go, I think you're going to be all right in life. And they're like, all right, Dad. You know what I mean? They don't want to hear me fucking old man into them, you know? And I'm like,
whatever, old man, just go die.
Go die. I'll keep paying the bills. Fuck out.
Shut up, old man River.
I remember, even in my 20s, I remember like being able to like, I don't know, just function better when I was sick and stuff. I remember like, I remember breaking my collarbone. Oh man, when I broke my collarbone in like my late teens, and that's like high prime, like sex 5 times a day time. I remember propping myself up against the wall in my cast and a broken collarbone and still having sex, and it hurt so bad. I was like,
oh my god!
felt like I was being electrocuted, but it still felt good.
That's so fun. What if that was your kink? That became a kink to you. I can only come here. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I had to like sit myself up straight completely against the wall so my body was like at a 90-degree angle. It was so awkward.
I'm sure you were hot stuff.
I didn't do much. I tell my girlfriend, there you go, just go at it.
Once I was told, like when I fucked, I came like too quick, and the girl literally was like, "You ain't shit." Because there's a song. That's right, I'm plugging. Meathead. So in Meathead, it's like, and you say shit because they come too quick and come and sloppy lids and fire hit my back. Well, I remember saying that, and then my guitarist being like, and he's like, did someone ever really say that to you? And I was like, yeah. He's like, what? And I was like, yeah. I came quick, and the bitch was like, you ain't shit. And like she was angrily putting back on her panties and stuff because she didn't get anything. You know what I mean? I was just selfish fuck, and I was like, there go my bitch. And then she's like, you ain't shit.
Did she have sex with you again? That was the question.
Yeah, that's right. She did. Yeah, Craven is no dick, and
Oh my god, you showed her.
show this bitch got you again. Same bitch. I also came in her face and got her in the hair and the eye, and she was crying. She was like, "You got me in the eye, it's in my hair." And then the face she made though when she cried, she was kind of like ugly crying, and it made me laugh. And then she got.
You laughed, didn't you?
I did. I didn't mean to laugh, but it was like she was ugly crying. It was funny. And, bitch wears a patch to this day.
Now she has to talk like a pirate.
Oh, you gonna come in my other eye? I don't know what's up with titty fucking. People like do titty fucking. Supposedly, I don't think it does anything for the girls, but I ain't got the dick for titty fucking, man. I don't know about you guys, but
that was a teenage thing. You know what I mean? Like I know when I was a teenager, that happened with a couple different girls, but
I think anybody likes it.
I came.
I don't. Must give myself a dick for titty fucking. Yeah.
But I preferred to be on top when I was doing it because otherwise you like have a chance of shooting yourself in the face.
I like it when you're titty fucking. They suck your dick at the same time. Like when you put your dick up, they put it in their mouth. Oh man, that's a good time. I like that. But I never came. Anyway.
All right.
Well, on that note, I think we're going to call this week's podcast. Before we go, anybody have any talking in the news or any Get the Razors or anything they want to mention before we get out of here? Anything they fucking love that they're like, oh, this is a great product? Like how I love Arizona Wrestling Federation. Highly recommend you check them out. They are fucking great. They probably hate me plugging them, but I'm doing it anyway. There.
I just can't believe you didn't come when you were titty fucking. Like,
I ain't got the dick for it, man. I'm wasting prime dick hardness on these tits when I be fucking a mouth, ass, or puss. You know what I mean? And you never go ass to mouth, supposedly, but sometimes in the heat of passion. Yeah. Remember that from Clerks 2? But supposedly you give them like a yeast infection or some kind of infection, right? If you go ass to puss, like you'll be putting shit in their puss.
you can. I heard you can do an infection. Yeah.
You got like a UTI or something. UNITI, it's a unity. Remember that song by Queen Latifah? It was all about getting fucked in the ass of the puss. Oh wait, no, UNITY. Okay, never mind. Sorry, Queen Latifah. I'll still fuck you. I think it's a lesser name. God bless her. And her choice. And
I thought people used to call her Queen Latifah.
yeah, Queen Latifah. Oh man, I love to make that bitch queef. That'd be the best. And
No.
I feel like she would swallow you up.
I hope so.
I think she'd hurt you.
Man, dude, I'm saying this, and I say this meaning all respect. All respect.
No.
Everything good. I love all races. But I want to see that dark skin. I want to see it spread. And I want to see those nice pink pussy. Oh, baby. Yeah. Respect. And,
Tonight on
I feel
Dateline.
like there's gonna be all these people like lined up outside your trailer waiting to punch you in the face. Oh, like all those people from the wrestling federation, they're standing
oh my
outside.
God. Don't ever associate us with your shit podcast and your shit company.
Ever. And they're like, oh, he's off the top rope. But
I promote to anybody that prays. No, I love, dude. It's great. I love wrestling, dude. It's fucking best. Anyway. Well, on that note, it's been a blast, folks. I hope everyone has a good rest of your week.
You guys too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
You're right. Wait, Slopdog, is something on your mind? We're just thinking of work.
Just work. I'm sad.
Yeah, hey, that's all our Get the Razor. Get the Razor work this coming week. Get the Razor! Chunks of flesh will be coming on the floor! Anyway. Good night, everybody. So say it, shepherd! So say it, the flock!
Bye.
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 What are you, some kind of dog dick? Dick. Check 1, 2. My mic sounds nice.
Oh, that guy's dick tasted like liver and onions.
Oh,
No.
Doing it on the hood of a car.
In and out.
I just come home and tell my husband, and he's like, Jesus.
In and out. They don't give a fuck about you. This is all lies.
No.
Man, you guys are okay. But
Thank you.
go for yourself.
They'll find a way to fuck you.
Then they'll come in the nutband boner, you know? Thank you. Just go into the closet.
Rub their face on the butt and like smell it.
You fucking sick fuck. Oh my God. Go fuck yourself. You guys are scumbags, dude.
Why am I going to prison?
You want to go shit, just go into the closet.
Reach around and
You
no
feel
fucking
nuts.
way. The tip
Trick
is the
'em.
biggest part.
I live in a Van Dam River. This dick smells like cheese. Give it a fucking whirl. He really wanted me to have hurt in my body. I would wear mom's old pants.
You know who you are.
Mom wearing pants, fucking queer.
What's the matter, pussy? Want me to eat your pussy for you?
You ain't shit.
I came. Punch your dick through a glory hole.
I ain't got the dick for it, man. I can only come here. Yeah. Dog dick. You ain't shit.
I came.
You got me in the eyes of my hair. I ain't got the dick for it, man.